People in Njoro Village used to say that Akisa was born with a blessing and a curse inside the same body. Blessing, because she was beautiful in that quiet, effortless way that made even old men drop their walking sticks. Curse, because that beauty had never brought her anything good. But what people did not know was that Akisa once did something, one thing, that bent her destiny into a shape she could not straighten again. Welcome to Awa Tells Tales. If you're new here, please feel at home. If you've been here before, thank you for coming back. Follow us on TikTok, subscribe on YouTube. And let's share a story together. There was once a woman in Njoro Village named Akisa, and she carried beauty like a weapon. Not the gentle kind of beauty that made people comfortable, no. Her beauty made people nervous. It made men lose their words, made women hold their husbands closer, made strangers forget what they were buying in the market. But Akisa did not mind. In fact, she enjoyed it. Sometimes too much. And no one suffered from her pride more than Barasa, the simple trader who loved her with his whole chest. Barasa was not rich, or powerful, or particularly charming. He was just a good man with steady hands and a heart that believed love could soften even the sharpest person. But Akisa took that love, looked at it, and crushed it the way someone steps on an ant. People still whisper about the things she did to him. One morning, Barasa brought her a pot of porridge as a peace offering. Akisa opened the door, stared at him for one long second, and poured the entire pot of hot porridge on his feet. He screamed. She said, "Next time I bring a better reason to disturb my morning." Another time, in the market, she shouted loudly for everyone to hear, "Barasa, stop following me like a sick goat. I don't want you." Elders stared. Children stopped playing. Barasa stood there holding vegetables he had bought for her. Whenever he visited, she treated him like a worker. Fetch water. Cut firewood. Wash the compound. And when he finished, she'd say, "Now leave. I am tired of seeing you." He once brought her bread from the next town, an expensive gesture at the time. Akisa dropped it into the mud, stepped on it, and said, "Your gifts disgust me." But the worst. During a village celebration, she mocked him in front of everyone. She told her friends, "Even if Barasa was the last man alive, I would choose death." Barasa heard it. And something inside him snapped, quietly, like a bone breaking in the dark. Barasa disappeared for 3 days. When he returned, he was not the same. His eyes looked like he had seen something, or someone, that swallowed the softness in him. Rumors spread quickly. They said Barasa walked deep into the forest, past the path everyone feared. They said he found a woman whose hair looked like dirty cotton and whose voice made the air tighten. A woman who did not tolerate cruelty disguised as beauty. And Barasa begged her. "Make her feel the pain she gave me. Make her understand what it means to hurt someone who loves honestly." No one knows what he offered in exchange. A piece of his shadow, maybe. A slice of his future. Or his ability to ever love again. But one thing was certain, when he returned, Akisa's curse began. A stranger smiled at her in the market. Just a smile. Simple and harmless. But before the word beautiful could leave his mouth, Akisa felt her bones twist. Her neck stretched. Her skin hardened. Her eyes rolled sideways. In seconds, she turned into a giant black lizard with a tongue longer than her arm. People screamed. Traders ran. Even goats froze. The man who admired her fainted into a pile of bananas, and when he woke up, he stammered for 3 months. That was only the beginning. Every time a man developed feelings, even small feelings, Akisa transformed. After that first horrifying change in the market, the curse grew bolder. It no longer waited for strong feelings or bold advances. Even the smallest spark of admiration from a man made Akisa's body twist into something new, something uglier than the last. The second time it happened, she became a skeletal baboon, a creature whose ribs pushed through its skin like sharpened sticks. Flames flickered inside its hollow eye sockets, and its jaw cracked open sideways, unleashing a scream so piercing that birds dropped dead from the trees above. Another day, when a traveler simply said she had kind eyes, her body dissolved into thick mud and reshaped itself into a rotting woman covered in slime, worms wriggling through her hair like living braids. Every step she took left a foul, bubbling footprint behind, and even the goats refused to move until she disappeared. A week later, a shy farm boy merely blushed when she greeted him, and the curse answered viciously. Her limbs snapped and multiplied, stretching into 8 long legs while her face remained perfectly human. She skittered across the dusty ground as a monstrous spider with a woman's face, her smile wide enough to break sanity. People locked their doors for days after that. But the curse was not finished. One man admired her laughter from afar, he didn't even speak to her, and Akisa transformed into a winged creature with no mouth, only a pulsating hollow in the center of its chest where breath should have emerged. The beat of its wings sent violent winds tearing through the fields, flattening millet like it was grass under a storm. The ugliest one came when a young carpenter carved her name into a piece of wood. Before he could even show it to her, her skin ballooned and sagged, her body swelling into a giant toad with disturbingly human hands. Slimy, quivering, grotesque. And its croak, oh, that croak, sounded exactly like someone crying out for help. Each transformation did not only terrify the village, it punished the men who admired her. One lost his voice for weeks. Another woke up blind until sunrise. Another returned home to find his business destroyed by a freak storm. One went blind for hours. Another lost his business. One forgot his name till morning. The curse was cruel and clever. Akisa began to understand the cruelty of Barasa's pain, because pain mixed with bitterness is a dangerous thing, and when a broken heart cries out to the wrong power, the world listens. It made her beauty a weapon she could not control, and attention a punishment she could not avoid. Then came Lambesai. He didn't flirt. He didn't stare. He didn't trip over his words. He came to apologize because his cow broke her fence. That's all. But when he lifted his eyes, something unexpected happened inside Akisa. A warmth. A soft pull. She liked him. Deeply. For the first time in years, Akisa wanted someone. And that was when she learned the second, crueler part of the curse. When a man desired Akisa, she turned into a monster. But when Akisa desired a man, the man turned into one. Lambesai's shadow twisted. His nails sharpened. His teeth changed shape. His breath frosted the air. He looked at her, terrified, and whispered, "Akisa, what is happening to me?" Her heart cracked open. Truly cracked. That was when the curse finally made sense. Barasa had wanted her to understand pain the way he felt it. And now she did. Akisa fell to her knees, begging the spirits, the sky, anyone listening. But curses don't break through begging. Only through change. So she lived humbly, helping the same people she once mocked. Fetching water. Cooking for children. Cleaning homes. Becoming a quiet blessing where she once caused chaos. The curse slept, but never left. The universe had given her what she once bragged she wanted, a life without men's desire. She just never expected it to come with loneliness sharp enough to cut. Some words, once spoken in pride, echo for a lifetime. Thank you so much for listening. If this story touched you, scared you, or made you think, please like the video, comment your thoughts, and remember to subscribe. It helps us grow, and it lets more people find these stories. Until next time, hold life softly. And be careful what promises you make with a proud tongue.